rodeado de un lago en el cual van a aparecer muchos.
Se han visto afectados las siguientes zonas y condados: Ciudad de México, Tijuana, León, Puebla, Ecatepec, Juárez, Guadalajara y Mexicali. Se han recibido informes sobre la distribución de alimentos contaminados, en particular productos a base de harina, que han dado lugar a múltiples casos de personas enfermas después del consumo. Como medida cautelar, aconsejamos a todos los ciudadanos de estas áreas que eviten la compra de estos productos, ya que se consideran incapaces para el consumo humano. Esta alerta ha sido confirmada por Senásica y Cofepris, e instamos a todos a que se mantengan informados a través de medios de comunicación sobre esta situación. Además, también se han emitido alertas de contaminación alimentaria en América del Sur y Centroamérica, lo que ha causado preocupación por el posible impacto en las personas afectadas. Seguiremos vigilando esta situación y proporcionando actualizaciones a medida que estén disponibles. The following areas and counties have been affected: Mexico City, Tijuana, León, Puebla, Ecatepec, Juárez, Guadalajara, and Mexicali. Reports have been received regarding the distribution of contaminated food, particularly flour-based products, which have led to multiple cases of people falling ill after consumption. As a precautionary measure, we advise all citizens from these areas to avoid purchasing these products, as they are considered unfit for human consumption. This alert has been confirmed by Senásica and Cofepris, and we urge everyone to stay informed through media outlets regarding this situation. Furthermore, food contamination alerts have also been issued in South and Central America, causing concerns over the potential impact on affected individuals. We will continue to monitor this situation and provide updates as they become available.
Ese es todo lo que simboliza la abundancia de un espacio geográfico.
I've got a mom with a
Civil authorities in the Los Angeles area have received reports from the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, regarding the distribution of contaminated flour-based products. The FDA has reported multiple cases of individuals falling ill after consuming bread and pasta products made with contaminated flour. As a precautionary measure, it is strongly advised that you avoid consuming any flour-based products until further notice. This includes bread, pasta, and any other products that contain flour as an ingredient. It is also recommended that you avoid the purchase of these products until the issue has been resolved. Symptoms reported by those affected include coughing, slurred speech, muscle spasms, and mood changes. If you have consumed any flour-based products in the past few weeks and are experiencing any of these symptoms, please seek medical attention immediately. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services is currently investigating this matter, and we will provide further updates as more information becomes available. This issue has also been reported in several countries in South and Central America, as well as Mexico. We urge you to stay informed by tuning into local media outlets for the latest developments in this situation. Please take this matter seriously and follow our advice to avoid any potential health risks. Thank you for your cooperation.
Congrats, man. Let's take a look at it.
Thank you.
Me, kid, you can have the car and everything that goes along with it.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the New
York State Emergency Management Agency. Reports of civil unrest have been confirmed in the following areas: New York, Queens, Kings, Richmond, Bronx, Rockland, Delaware, Sullivan, Albany, Greene, Montgomery, Fulton, and Washington. Reports of civil unrest in these areas have been confirmed. The New York State Police have received reports of aggressive behavior. It is recommended that you avoid leaving your home for non-essential purposes. This is the end of this message. Please stay tuned to media outlets regarding this situation.
The outbreak, which has been dubbed as one of the largest foodborne illnesses in recent history, has left health officials scrambling to contain the spread of the bacteria.
Hell. Biblical. I kid you not.
You overwhelmed?
Yeah, the system's overwhelmed all over the place. My daughter's an intern in Brooklyn, first-year resident. She starts the ICU today. I couldn't sleep last night. It's scary.
According to reports, over 2,500 people have been hospitalized in 12 major cities across the United States alone, with symptoms ranging from coughing, slurred speech, muscle spasms, and mood changes.
It's every day. It's non-stop, literally. And unfortunately, it might get to a situation you have to pick and choose what you're going to do, how you're going to do. And you put the same machine on another person, and you cannot really even cope with the situation because it's so hard to think about this. And we try to do our best. The only thing I ask everyone, I know you guys from England, we live in the States, stay at home if you don't need to go anywhere. Don't try to do anything crazy right now.
The World Health Organization has also taken...
Tonight, we bring you a story that has left the city of Los Angeles in a state of chaos and confusion. Over the past few hours, unexplained rioting and looting have erupted across the city, leaving many questioning the cause and the extent of the civil unrest. Authorities are currently investigating the events which have developed into the night. The Los Angeles Police Department has called for the support of the National Guard as they struggle to contain the situation. Reports suggest that these outbreaks of violence are linked to sporadic incidents that have occurred throughout the United States in recent weeks. However, the exact nature of the connection is still unclear. Hospitals in the area are currently operating at full capacity as the number of casualties continues to rise. Medical staff are working tirelessly to treat the injured, many of whom have sustained serious injuries in the chaos. Sadly, fatalities have been confirmed, with reports suggesting that the death toll could be in the hundreds. The city is in a state of shock as residents come to terms with the scale of the violence that has engulfed their community.
Well, we've got people in the hundreds waiting outside the front entrance of the Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in the north of the city, and there's just a bombardment of patients trying to access the building but are being blocked from what looks like are Army units stationed outside the front entrances for the building. With the growing numbers of people turning up, well, you can see people turning up now. The crowd is only getting bigger. They're getting more restless. I think this situation could very quickly get out of hand if something isn't done soon. Oh my God, there seems to be a bit of a situation going on regarding the crowd and the officials stationed outside. I think, oh my God, there's people attacking each other now. I'm really speechless. This is getting really, really bad. The crowd is quickly descending into a stampede as you can see people desperately trying to escape the scene. Well, what seemed to be people suffering with food poisoning turning up to the hospital in the masses has now descended into what seems like a stampede. I don't know if the Los Angeles riots have interfered with the already irritated crowd, but, oh geez.
Well, it seems we have lost connection with our correspondent in downtown L.A. We will continue to monitor the situation as information becomes available. While we try and reconnect with our reporter, we do have reports from multiple eyewitnesses from that same hospital. Let me just try and, yes, it is confirmed that the army that was stationed outside the hospital entrances have begun to fire into the crowd. I am getting word that our reporter had lost contact because they interfered with restricted airspace.
This is an emergency action notification message. All broadcast stations and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air providing news and information to the public in assigned areas. This is KDF WDT News Channel. We will continue to serve the Dallas area. If you are not in this local area, you should tune to stations providing news and information for your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Dallas area. Do not use your telephone. The telephone line should be kept open for emergency use. Civil disorder across the United States has become increasingly more severe in the past few days. Most hospitals in metropolitan areas have been working at maximum capacity, and patient numbers are increasing rapidly. Most major cities across the United States have succumbed to this civil disorder, leaving many evacuating into the surrounding countryside. It is advised that you stay in your homes and lock all doors and windows, as highways leading out of the cities are experiencing bumper-to-bumper traffic. If you choose to take part in the rioting, you will be met with a fine or even imprisonment. At this time, if you have a medical emergency, you will be required to enter a waiting list, as most medical centers are at full capacity. This is the end of this message. Please tune to media outlets regarding news for your local area.
And upfront charges, and will fight your case on a no-win, no-fee basis. So don't take a chance.
This is ITV. We interrupt regular programming to bring you some breaking news. Good evening and welcome to our breaking news report. Tonight we bring you a story that has sent shockwaves through the UK and beyond. An unknown pathogen has entered the United Kingdom, and it has been confirmed that it is currently present in London. The still unidentified pathogen has spread to the American populace, but what we do know is that the UK's patient zero is currently being treated in an intensive care unit. It is unclear whether this individual has come into contact with other people, but health officials are urgently investigating this matter. The UK Health Security Agency is closely monitoring the situation, and they have warned that the pathogen has caused chaos in most of the United States and Mexico. Those infected by this disease have exhibited aggressive behaviour, and officials are concerned that this could lead to further outbreaks. All of North and South America, except for Canada, have reported outbreaks of this pathogen. It was first confirmed to be found in flour-based products, and officials are now advising people to avoid consuming these items until further notice. The full extent of the spread of this pathogen is not yet known, as it can take several days for symptoms to first appear. Health officials are urging people to remain vigilant and to report any unusual symptoms to their local healthcare provider.
Os moradores de São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, Brasília, Fortaleza, Salvador, Belo Horizonte, Manaus e Curitiba. Devido a transtorno civil e aumentando a violência, nós aconselhamos fortemente a procurar abrigo imediatamente. Hospitais nessas áreas foram fechadas e os militares estão sendo enviados para restaurar a ordem. Aproximadamente 750 mil pessoas estão participando nesses eventos, tornando-o extremamente perigoso deixar seus abrigos. Se precisar de atenção médica, será colocado em uma lista de espera enquanto os hospitais estão fechados até segunda ordem. Os negócios também vão fechar como resultado. Acredita-se que esta agitação seja parte de uma tendência maior de violência na América do Sul e do Norte, assim como partes da Europa Ocidental. A Organização Mundial de Saúde está colaborando com várias agências de saúde mundialmente para determinar a causa desses surtos de violência. Faremos mais atualizações enquanto estiverem disponíveis. Por favor, permaneçam em casa e evitem deixar seus abrigos até que a situação seja resolvida. All residents in São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, Brasília, Fortaleza, Salvador, Belo Horizonte, Manaus, and Curitiba. Due to ongoing civil disorder and escalating violence, we strongly advise you to seek shelter immediately. Hospitals in these areas have been closed and the military is being deployed to restore order. Approximately 150,000 people are participating in these events, making it extremely dangerous to leave your shelters. If you require medical attention, you'll be placed on a waiting list as hospitals are closed until further notice. Businesses will also be closing as a result. This unrest is believed to be part of a larger trend of violence in South and North America, as well as parts of Western Europe. The World Health
This is an emergency action notification message. All broadcast stations and cable systems are required to transmit this message at the request of the White House. This station has temporarily suspended its regular programming to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will continue to provide news and information to the public in assigned areas. If you are not in this local area, we urge you to tune to stations providing news and information for your local area. We interrupt normal programming to inform you that the United States government has enacted martial law across the continental United States, effective immediately. This decision was made in response to the World Health Organization's announcement regarding recent events. The WHO has confirmed that the civil unrest that has occurred across North and South America, as well as parts of Europe, is the result of a virus, specifically a fungal infection. The fungi, named Ophiocordyceps unilateralis, harvests itself on its victim, in this case a human, and controls the brain, making the victim a host for fungal pathogens to spread further. The behavioral changes in victims are caused by the cordyceps rewiring of the brain's amygdala, which causes the host of the disease to enact its violent tendencies in order to spread the pathogen to others. Due to the severity of this situation, the United States government has ordered all people who have not contracted the disease to shelter in place immediately. We strongly advise you to lock all doors and windows and strictly avoid going outside. Almost every hospital in the United States is currently at full capacity, so it is at best interest that you take proper precautions before consuming any product, or signs that the disease is not present in your area. Strict military guidelines will be issued in almost every metropolitan area in the country. Failure to abide by these rules may put your life at risk. We urge you to stay calm, stay informed, and follow the guidelines issued by the authorities. This is WBBM TV News Channel serving the Chicago area. We will continue to provide news and information to the public during this emergency. Do not use your telephone, as the telephone lines should be kept open for emergency use.
This is an emergency alert issued by the Australian Government in cooperation with the World Health Organization. Please listen to the following information. Normal programming has been interrupted to inform the public of an outbreak of cordyceps fungal infections that have been detected on the island of Tasmania. It is confirmed that over 500 people have contracted the illness, with many in intensive care, according to medical reports in the region. Hosts of the cordyceps infection have been reported to act in bursts of violence, which has been present on the island. Tasmanian islanders have been spotted on boats, attempting to flee the island and seek refuge on mainland Australia, but due to strict border controls and potential spread of the cordyceps virus, are unable to return to the mainland. It is recommended that inhabitants of Victoria must stay alert for potential lockdown procedures, as the spread of the disease is likely and is transmissible through person-to-person contact. The Royal Australian Navy are patrolling the Bass Strait as a precaution. If you are an inhabitant of the Victoria South Coast, stay alert for foreign activity in the Bass Strait. Boats attempting to cross onto Australia will be dealt with accordingly and at best interests of public safety. If you spot any unusual behavioral changes or develop any symptoms of the cordyceps infection, please call 1800-022-222 or go to www.medicare.gov/Medicare-cordyceps for more information. To report an incident on the Bass Strait, please call 1800-333-362.
This is BBC Television from London. Normal programming has been suspended. The following is a public service announcement regarding the cordyceps outbreak in the UK and future actions taken. This disease has spread throughout the UK at a rapid pace. Standard health advice has been ineffective, and as a result, official procedures have proven inadequate to keep this pathogen from spreading further. Hospitals in the UK are unable to deal with the influx of patients and have been forced to close. This has led to the privatisation of the National Health Service. However, hospitals are not the first humanitarian priority that has been forced to change. Over the past 4 weeks, the infection has led to public disorder en masse. Both healthy and infected participants have been causing harm in the streets of Britain, and pockets of small police units have been unable to deal with the situation. The UK government have declared martial law effective immediately. A curfew from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. will be enforced. Failure to abide by this curfew will result in severe consequences. In heavily populated areas, the National Guard will have a significant presence. If you are caught as a perpetrator of violence, you will be shot on sight without warning. If you have persistent coughing, slurred speech, muscle spasms, mood changes, and hyper-aggressiveness, please read the article on www.phs.uk/conditions/cordyceps/ or call 111 immediately.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Boston Emergency Management Agency. If you live in the districts of Rioting, West Roxbury, Charlestown, East Boston, Allston, Fenway Kenmore, Back Bay, West End, North End, Beacon Hill, Downtown, Chinatown, Bay Village, South End, South Boston, Mission Hill, Roxbury, Jamaica Plain, Mindoro, Dorchester, Mattapan, Roslindale, and Hyde Park, you are subject to strict zonal quarantine effective immediately. Due to a low numbers of infection within the Boston area, the United States government has enacted a quarantine zone for the entire metropolitan area of Boston. A barricade will be put in place around the city of Boston at the request of the United States government. The ongoing curfew and martial law procedures will continue to be enforced within the city of Boston. The barricade around the city will be strictly patrolled by armed forces. Any attempt to leave the city will be met with severe consequences. If you develop any symptoms of a fungal infection, such as coughing, slurred speech, muscle spasms, and mood change, please contact your local health clinic, and you will be transported to a specialist hospital where you will receive the most effective treatment for the disease. This message will repeat.
This is an emergency alert issued by the Australian Government. We interrupt your regular programming to inform you that an outbreak of cordyceps fungal infections has been detected in Melbourne, Victoria. This highly contagious and deadly infection has caused violent behaviour in infected individuals, leading to chaos and destruction in downtown Melbourne. The Australia Federation Guard has been deployed to the area to contain the situation and prevent further spread of the infection. However, the entire Victoria state has been quarantined and blockaded by the Australian Defence Force to prevent the spread of the infection beyond Melbourne. Any attempt to leave or enter Victoria will be met with severe consequences, including potential execution. This drastic measure is necessary to prevent the spread of the infection and protect the rest of the country. The states of New South Wales and South Australia have been put on high alert, and military presence in these areas will be increased to prevent the spread of the infection. If you suspect that you have been infected with cordyceps or have witnessed any unusual behavioural changes, please call 1800 022 222 or visit the official website at www.medicare.gov/Medicare-cordyceps for more information. We urge you to remain calm and follow all instructions issued by the authorities. If you live in Victoria, do not attempt to leave your homes, as this could put you and others at risk. If you witness any acts of violence or criminal activity, please report it immediately to the authorities by calling 1800 333 362. We assure you that the Australian Government is doing everything in its power to contain the outbreak and protect the safety and well-being of its citizens. Please stay tuned for further updates as the situation develops.
We now bring you a live address from the White House.
My fellow Americans, as we gather here today, I want to address the ongoing pandemic that has gripped our nation and the world. The past few months have been a trying time for all of us, as we have witnessed the devastating impact of this fungal infection on our communities and our loved ones. Despite the challenges we face, I want to assure you that we are making progress in our fight against this deadly disease. Martial law measures remain in place to ensure that our citizens are protected and that the spread of infection is contained. Quarantine around areas with low infection rate is being strictly enforced, and we are working tirelessly to provide resources and support to those who are most affected. The winter weather has also been a blessing in disguise, as it has helped to ease the spread of fungal infections. The cold temperatures have made it more difficult for the spores to survive, giving us a much-needed reprieve during this difficult time. New figures released by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention indicate that over 30% of the United States population has now contracted the cordyceps fungal infection. This is a reminder of the scale of this crisis and the urgent need for a vaccine or cure, which has been tried on multiple occasions but has so far been unsuccessful. Despite this, I want to offer a glimmer of hope. parts of northern states, including the entirety of Canada, have recently been declared free of infection. In addition, we have received reports of infection in parts of Asia and Oceania in the past few hours. While this is concerning, it is also a reminder that we are not alone in this fight. We must continue to work together as a global community to find a solution to this pandemic. Most country borders across the globe remain closed as we continue to prioritize the health and safety of our citizens. This is a necessary measure as we cannot afford to let the infection spread any further. However, I want to offer a message of hope to all of you, especially during this festive season. Despite the ongoing cordyceps pandemic, we will not let it dampen our spirits. We will come together as a nation and as a global community to celebrate Christmas Day in the spirit of hope, love, and unity. Let us remember that we are stronger than this disease and that we will emerge from this crisis united and resilient. Together, we will overcome this pandemic and build a better, healthier future for ourselves and for generations to come. Thank you, and may God bless the United States of America.
国民の皆さん、緊急ニュースです。日本国内で冬中キャソウの感染者が急増しているため、陸上自衛隊が東京周辺を封鎖しています。隔離守予が設定されましたので、市民の皆様は政府の知識に従ってください。官用空空を出ることは黒く禁じられており、出たものは厳しい結果に直面することになる。韓国に近い富古港の沿岸部では市民の不安が報告されている。すべての市民に部内にとどまり、不要不急の外出を避けるよう宣告する。これは継続に緊転している状況であり、続報が入り次第お知らせします。安全を確保し、地元当局の知識に従ってください。これは国家的な緊急事態であり、冬中砂草の蔓延を使いも止め、この不確実な時代の制御を維持するために、私たち全員が協力しなければなりません。ご清聴ありがとうございました。実態が生ず次第、通常の番組に戻ります。Attention all citizens, we interrupt our regular programming to bring you urgent news. The Ground Self-Defense Force has implemented blockades around the city of Tokyo due to a surge in cordyceps infections in Japan. A quarantine zone has been established, and we urge all citizens to abide by government advice. Leaving the quarantine zone is strictly prohibited, and those who do so will face severe consequences. Reports of civil unrest have been detected in the coastal city of Fukuoka, near South Korea. We advise all citizens to remain indoors and avoid any unnecessary travel. This is a rapidly evolving situation, and we will provide further updates as they become available. Stay safe and follow the instructions of local authorities. This is a national emergency, and we must all work together to contain the spread of cordyceps and maintain order in these uncertain times. Thank you for your attention, and we will return to our regular programming as soon as the situation has been resolved.